like my little bench vise. Wow, was that thing tight. I wonder if my friend Gas Sub Wild can bring some tools. He wants to move into one of my apartments. He asked how much it was to rent a room. I said, free! Just bring your own wax and polishing cloths, because Mr. Gas Sub Wild can wax all my vehicles. So what does he answer? They're all rusted. They're not rusty. My bathtub drains are rusty. I had a woman move into an apartment that was empty for a couple of months. And the next day I walked down the hallway underneath her bathtub, and what do I see? Water in the light fixture. Junk. So I go up to her apartment. Oh good, it's the same thread. I go up to her apartment, I'll show you, and her bathtub is dripping from the faucet washer. But that's not the problem. That's dripping into the drain. What the problem was the putty where you put the bathtub drain together inside the tub and underneath the tub. You sandwich the fiberglass tub. There's putty, and the putty dried out, and there it is right there. Is your lamp fixture 1/3 full or 1/3 or 2/3 empty? Yep. Her tub drain is right there, and the light fixture is right there. Crazy, huh? Anyhow, I like my bungee cord to pull the door shut. The automatic closure wasn't working properly, so instead of buying a new one, I just put a bungee cord on it. It worked pretty well for $1.29. Anyhow, I'm going to change that light bulb obviously, and the ceiling will dry out. What a pain. I got a tub drain right there in the apartment down below, and that one freezes when it's really cold, so I got to turn the heat on. You think it's easy running apartment buildings? Call a plumber like my brother just did, $380. The guy worked his butt off. There's the little piece of copper that ran under the tub, but it wasn't leaking from here, it was leaking from the putty. The plumber's clay putty mixed with oil. Kind of like what your mother makes when she makes you hummus. Put in some olive oil, of which there's a shortage. So I took the whole tub drain apart, and it sits like that. I'll show you. Let's see, how does this work? Forget. Now what do I do? That goes there. That goes there. Whee! Flying parts. Uh-oh, I forget how to put it together. I just have to put a bucket underneath and she'll have to empty it. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. What's that for? That goes up to the... Oh, right, duh. That's the overflow. It took me a while. I'm a little slow. That's why they pay me the $8 an hour. And that goes into the P-trap, or the S-trap. Carry away the waste. So, which one was broken? This one. So water could have crept out of that little crack. But I've had these cracks before. I've had tubs leak, and you got to undo this from inside the tub, and I had to put an adjustable wench on, probably a foot long, almost half a meter long, to undo that. I have a special tool that goes into the crosshairs, and I had to unscrew it, and let me tell you, it was friggin' tight. I didn't make a video of that because it would be a nasty X-rated video. And then I had to remove this, and I had to squeeze it, but it's a good quality pipe, it didn't collapse. I'm going to put some Teflon pipe sealant on. The Teflon's much better. It costs an extra 10 cents a tube. And I bought them at the big box store a couple of years ago. They had a whole bunch of damaged tubes, like some kid was teething on them. So when you squeeze them, it comes out of both ends. Here's pipe joint compound with Teflon. I've got a whole bunch of these, and they all have leaks. It's leaking. But they were only 25 cents each, and it's a lifetime supply. Cheap tools. Bought some vice grips. I should have bought more for Billy. When we go on our road trip, when he gets rude with me, I just throw some tools at him. They had vice grips at Lowe's on sale yesterday. Buy one, get one free. Small ones, mind you. The original vice grips used to be made in Nebraska, and now they're made in China, and you can tell because they used to use a roll pin here. A piece of steel that was rolled, sort of a spring roll pin. And the Chinese ones use a rivet. That's the only way to tell. Otherwise, the tooling is exactly the same. The original vice grip, since 1924, no longer made in USA. They closed the factory in Nebraska. Pretty sure it was in Nebraska. Mr. Vice Grip invented it. Did you know that was his name, Mr. Vice Grip? Or was it Mr. Irwin? Made in China. With the rivet, not the rolled pin. Go to your toolbox and check, and you'll see that. Here's another one made in China. Vice Grip, the original, with a rivet on the pivot for the handle release. Oh, it's even date coded. Thing. Probably have some old ones here somewhere. I got a mixture of old and new. Here's some double jointed pliers for getting into tight spots when you want to get really deep and you don't want the jaw to open and block your path of travel in. So double jointed, they were on sale, half price. Then I got this screwdriver that's got a wire nut socket on the end, and it carries 4 bits, 2 double-ended bits. It's quite handy. Just I wish the handle was just a little bit bigger. The handle's a touch on the small side. Could use another 1/8 of an inch of meat. Some people like their partners with a little bit of meat, something to hold on to, and some love them skinny. Some people are organized, and some people a disaster. Yep. Great neck. Genuine, made in China. Made in Taiwan. Not these bars. I've never even opened the package. 2-piece bar kit. Made in USA. I went to buy a pulley from Mrs. CW's Suburban this morning. It was the wrong pulley, and the pulley was made in Canada. The door handle was made in Canada. Of course, it was 10 times the price. It was actually 4 times the price of what it would have cost to buy from China. $15 online with free shipping, and $38 from the dealer. Special price because it's on the shelf and he has no use for a 1994 to 99 part. All right, I got to get back to this. It's enough stories. I'm going to go for a ride in my MG. I wish. Can't fit one anyways. I haven't had too many negative comments telling me to stop talking in my videos. I know I talk a lot. There, I cut it 3/4 of the way through with the grinder. Then the battery died. These are batteries that Fruit Loops left behind. I was just looking through some old pictures. I went into an old hard drive and I saw Mr. Fruit Loops. Hard to believe. October 19th, 2011, 2012. Miss him. Life just ain't the same without Mr. Fruit Loops. I gotta put this all back together and hit the road. I got an apartment to paint.